lock in his eye. Nuts and bolts in the late night sky. Tinker's paradise built in the shed. Grease monkey keeps the gears in his head.
Hey guys, Grease Monkey 34 here. Come to another video. Today working on the 1987 Polaris Cyclone 250. Well, it used to be a 250, but I put a 420 engine in it. So today we're going to be working on the throttle. I do have the throttle cable here hooked up, the new one. Just got to hook it up to the carburetor. And I'm working on the steering right now. I just took apart the steering. Got to be greased. The steering bar actually got O-rings on it. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So I put some grease in it and then put it back together with the nut. Okay guys, got the throttle hooked up. So what I did, I drill holes through here, halfway through my carburetor little grinder. I put a spring on the end, hooked it in there. I took off all the rest of the governor up here. I'm keeping this arm hooked up so I got a place to hook up. And then yeah, it hooks up to the throttle. So when doing this, yeah. And I put the spring on the end so if you pull it too hard, it'll got a little bit of spring at the end, so you don't snap off any of the plastic bits over there. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep the position of the carburetor right now, but this air filter I might adapt it. Okay guys, just working on the manifold for the exhaust. I decided to cut a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 hole here and some 1/4 inch angle iron. Drill 2 holes, and then I just got to cut it out with the grinder, and then I'll have a manifold, nice heavy duty manifold bracket, because these ones here are only like 1/8 of an inch thick. I want a 1/4 inch. And then I got this pipe here. I'm going to slap on there and weld it. Okay guys, got the manifold made up. Nice heavy duty, welded all the way around. Now I got the exhaust bracket welded on this side now. So this thing can wiggle back and forth with that rubber bushing in there. So all it does is slide into here. And on this side, you just line it up. And then, yeah, wiggle it on. And put your bolts in, and then, yeah. Okay guys, I welded in a battery box, so that's in. I can hold this little small quad battery. But yeah, when this thing was running, it was pretty torquey, so I definitely have to order a 32 rear sprocket. Put the foot pegs on. I'm gonna grease those pipes where you slide them in, so it should slide in nice. And I gotta weld one of the mounts somewhere up in here for the floorboards. So I'm gonna do. Okay guys, back to working on this thing. I just mounted the tank up there just for testing purposes. But today I got the battery hooked in last time. Nice and solid, got a strap. And I'm gonna take this air box cover now off. We're gonna unbolt it here. I'm gonna make a manifold go from bolt on to here It bends around and it goes into here with the air filter on it. Okay guys, I got the carburetor, the filter off. So I made this bracket, 1.25 inch hole, and that goes onto there. So yeah, I'm gonna take this piece, we're gonna put it under here, and then we got this piece of 1.25 inch pipe. I'm gonna cut it somewhere out here, and then we're gonna fit it. We're gonna fit it to go right into there. Okay guys, I got the pieces cut. So I made it from a 2.5 inch to 1.25 inch. So yeah, so now the air filter can fit on the end like that. And now I can attach it to okay guys, got the brackets welded on for the foot mounts, so we're nice and solid on there now. So make the one on this side, and then I'll give you a better look at the air filter intake, I guess. I'll load it up, doesn't leak. I just dipped it in water. Okay guys, got the fuel tank on somewhat, and then the seat just slides on. I just forgot this little bracket. It goes on the carburetor. I gotta put a little metal bracket from here to there just to keep it from popping off. So I gotta do that before I forget. Okay guys, I'm just taking the handlebars off. You can see how bent those handlebars are, especially right in here, and it kinked right there, so that's definitely unsafe. Okay guys, working on the clutch right now. I'm going to be taking it off, taking the 3 bolts out, and then see if we can make those weights a little lighter so it engages later. Okay guys, so when you take them off, when you take the 10mm bolts off, there's 3 of them, then you got one of these C-clips, pop that out, then you take the drum off. So this is what it would look like underneath on the 780 torque converter. So the little washers on here, we're going to be taking those off. And then there's a couple ways you can make these a little lighter. You just take the grinder with the floppy wheel and just grind them down a little bit. But make sure you take the rubber O-ring out before you do that, just to save a little bit. But that mostly that's all you can really do to make these lighter. Okay guys, the most drastic thing we can do, we're taking out the 2 washers. These washers weigh a little bit, and then we're going to be trimming the bolt just a hair to make them a little lighter. And what I did now with that one, this is the original, the weight, and this is the modified. It's just a hair smaller. I grinded it down. You can barely even notice it, but it is a little bit lighter. You can just see it a little bit smaller in diameter. But yeah, that to make it a little bit more lighter, and then that'll help out for the weight situation. I gotta do it with the other 2 and put it all back together. Okay guys, got the weights in. I might need to put in some new smaller O-rings, but I can do that later. But yeah, I'm gonna put it back together and throw it on the machine and see if it engages a little bit later. So. Okay guys, it ran pretty good with the clutch on. Those clutch weights are definitely helps. I threw the plastic fenders back on last night. Looking pretty snazzy on the front. The fuel tank is bolted back on, and I made some adapter pieces on the bottom. I don't know if you can see, like a pin in there, it back on, and then I put some heavy duty cable straps. These are not zip ties, and they hold it down so it doesn't bang around too much. But yeah, handlebars, I didn't show you guys when I replaced them. I replaced them with these other ones I found in the junk pile. They're not bent, but they are chrome, so they're not black. It doesn't really go with the theme, but these are not bent. So okay guys, before I put the rear plastics on, I thought about it. I took the cover, the belt cover, I chopped it up a little bit because it's too short. It'll end right here. So yeah, so I welded on a bolt up here, welded on a bolt down here with a bracket, and then on the bottom here I drilled a hole. And those are the 3 locations where it'll mount on 4 sides. So yeah, it's good. Okay, got the belt cover on. I know it don't protect this beat, but there's a fenders there, and this thing not going in any mud or water. So yeah, everything clears inside. Yeah, and it protects our legs from getting sucked into the belt or on the clutch. So now I'll put the plastics on the rear and bolt them up. Okay guys, got the rear plastics on. The mount location there, and then there's one there, and then on the back of this there's a location into the foot peg or the footboard. On the seat I just got the brackets on the back with bent, you can see. Gotta bend them back. Do some finer tuning to make that seat clip down. Okay guys, just got it all together. I put the little carrier on the back of it. I moved the plate over there, and I hooked up the wiring. It's not super clean, but it runs up to here, up to the key. So yeah. I need to put a little bit of choke, but yeah, this thing runs pretty good. Yeah, so I'm gonna go take a little ride with it, and that'll be it. Okay guys, that's the quad. It'd do really good. It'd do good wheelies. Got tons of power. Yeah. So we're going to be taking the thing on the trail next time. But this will be the end of part 2. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you guys in the next one when we're going to take this thing on the trail. So bye bye.